I'm Will Cabral, snowboard expert at Curated.com.
And I'm Mike Layton, snowboard expert at Curated.com.
Today we're pitting the Arbor Foundation Rocker against the GNU GWO.
We're going to be testing these boards in 3 different categories: carving, freestyle, and freeride, to see which board is best for you.
Just so you know, we are not sponsored by any brands.
So all of these reviews are completely unbiased, so let's get it.
GNU claims that the GWO is a catch-free hybrid contoured snowboard for progressing all over the mountain.
And Arbor claims the Foundation Rocker is the board to progress and learn on, also all over the mountain. How did you feel the GWO was with carving? I know it has that original banana traction. Was that noticeable? Anything really stand out to you?
You know, the GNU GWO has more of that predominantly rocker profile, but it does have some kind of smaller camber pockets under the feet. With the rocker, it definitely initiated the turn pretty well, and then it still felt a little bit lively with those smaller camber pockets. The GWO has magnet traction, which is Mervin's technology, works like a serrated knife to kind of cut through ice and hard packed snow. So that's a good feature for keeping you kind of locked into turns at lower speeds. For you on the Foundation, how did you feel with turning?
So with the Foundation Rocker, it has Arbor's grip tech on it. So these are little bump outs right beneath the feet where the bindings are. And that's going to help engage that edge a little bit earlier. And then you have that rocker shape. So at lower speeds, that board just like butter edge to edge. But with rocker, you get on steeper terrain. You're going a little bit faster. It is a little bit kind of that wishy-washy. Like you feel a little bit out of control. Thought the GWO might have had a little bit more control with those pockets of that mild camber. You know, for someone that's really just learning to turn, maybe just going out and trying to have some fun, I think that Foundation Rocker is just going to make the learning process so easy. I think with that camber and the magnet traction on the GWO, it might be a little bit steeper of a learning curve, but not that much. I think if we were just only on the bunny hill going real slow, it would be the Foundation Rocker, but the GWO is definitely, I think, the better board overall for carving.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you that it's kind of subtly a little bit different skill levels that would really find a sweet spot with this. The Foundation Rocker is more of a beginner kind of focus there, and then the GWO has a little bit more, I would say, room to grow into and terrain that you could eventually progress to. So I'd have to go with the GWO, just appreciating the little camber pockets that it has over the full rocker that is with the Arbor Foundation Rocker.
How about as we get more into the freestyle world of things? I know you were spinning like a top on the Foundation Rocker. I was doing a little bit of that. We took both through the mini park. What is your feeling about how the Foundation Rocker was kind of in a freestyle playful?
With that rocker, you know, you lean into the tail, the nose rises, and 4 out of 10 flex, really flexy and easy to kind of butter. With that said, you know, if you're going into the tail, you don't have a camber pocket that's going to hold as much, so maybe a little bit less control and a little bit more slidey, you know, kind of doing those butters and those spins compared to the GWO. You know, with that being said, sometimes people think the magnet traction can be a little catchy. So that's kind of your trade-off between the two.
You know, I do find that magnet traction can be a little grippy at times. You come up a little bit short or over-rotate and all of a sudden you get that like jerk. It can be a little jarring, so I'd say there's a little bit less forgiveness there. But that said, with the full rocker, at the same time, as you put it on edge, it already wants to turn. So if you're really learning to spin and things like that, it can lead to some pre-spins, not the best fundamentals. In terms of freestyle, for me, the Foundation Rocker is really easy to press, butter, play around on. I think for playing around on the ground, hitting little side hits, I think that's a really forgiving option for someone. If you're starting to get more interested in the park, something with a little bit of camber, I would encourage that. I wasn't really thinking about that with the GWO, but with that camber, you're gonna be able to use those independent feet a little bit more, correct, and then also generate some more pop. That said, you know, they both have a lot of rocker, you know, and that medium soft flex. So you're not going to jump out the gym on them.
Yeah.
But what would be your choice in the world of freestyle?
I'm going to have to go with the GWO again. That one, to me, a little bit more pop, and that's kind of for me what I was valuing between that.
I agree with you. I think the GWO just has a little bit more of that creative freedom and space with that. But, you know, you can really introduce yourself into freestyle on either board. But the GWO, I think, has the higher ceiling that you could be introducing yourself to the park and ride it until you get your next board.
So kind of moving on to Freeride and going more all over the mountain. What was your take on either of these two boards?
I mean, obviously both of these boards are targeted at people that are newer to the sport, that are, moving a little bit slower and really are looking to have a lot more fun on the mountain. The foundation rocker with the rocker profile, if the snow gets soft, it's going to float. Think of it as like a boat hull. We say that a lot. It's kind of like that surfboard banana shape. So it is going to naturally kind of float to the top. How did you feel on the GWO?
The GWO, I'll keep going back to, has a little bit, more stiffness in it. And, these are both predominantly rocker boards, which is going to mean more of a surf beast slidey feel. Great in powder, but as soon as you're trying to explore in the trees or, explore through moguls where you're going to want a little bit more control, I think the GWO has the edge there. That's where I thought you get a little bit more preciseness with the GWO.
So I think we're in agreement. I think the GWO does take Freeride as well.
I would say that's how I'm feeling, and that's my opinion. I would go with the GWO. I think that one just has the higher ceiling, and that's where I'm going to have to go with.
I think for snowboarding, I'm always trying to push. I'm trying to get better. I'm really big on that. And I think the GWO is a better fit for me on that sense. I think the foundation rocker is a little bit more of the casual snowboarder, someone that isn't looking for progression. They just want to have fun.
Totally agree with you. I'm going to have to just choose the GWO overall. Just the higher ceiling, the ability to go all over the mountain, having a little bit of the mindset that I want to push myself to get better and explore new terrain. But if you are in the mindset of, hey, I'm going on a couple trips a year to just be with friends, get out in the mountain, really enjoy the scenery there, Foundation Rocker will take you to some good places in the resort.
We know that different snowboards work differently for different types of riders. So if you need help, reach out to myself, Will, or one of my fellow Curated experts, and we'll help you get set up.
And if you like this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you can see more awesome content from Curated.